I'm PPI President David Fink, and this is our next installment of Getting to Know Your PPI Staff. With me here today is Dr. Randy Knapp, our Director of Engineering for our Energy Systems Pipings Division. Welcome, Randy.
Thank you, Dave.
Maybe just a little bit of your background, where you grew up, a little bit of your education, if you would.
Yeah, I grew up in lower Hudson Valley of New York, if you know it, between New York, New Jersey, Connecticut area. But fairly quickly after high school, decided I wanted to head west. I went all the way west to California, and that's where I got my initial degree in engineering, a BS in mechanical engineering from California State University, Northridge. Ended up in California for almost 9 years.
And you're obviously a professional student because you went on at some point in your career for your doctorate, correct?
Yeah, after that I found myself in Minnesota and moved over there for work. But during my time there, I got my MBA from University of St. Thomas and then my PhD from University of Minnesota.
Excellent. Maybe a little bit about your professional life before joining PPI?
Yeah, as I mentioned, after college, moving from California, some positions in New York, and then in Minnesota, worked for Wurzbo Company, which you now know as Uponor. And I know you know that because I met you there many years ago. And so in that role, like I said, for about 16 years, I was in that organization and worked as engineering manager and product manager at times, and then also brand manager.
Excellent. And then as far as your PPI experience, I know you've had authorities and responsibilities for a number of different things. Do you mind just giving everybody a little bit of an overview of your PPI career?
Yeah, I think it's interesting. It really started back in 1995 when I was a member. I attended my first PPI meeting. I think it was Hilton Head. Okay. And attended my first meeting as a member. And at that time, BCD didn't exist, and so we formed the High Temperature Division. At that point, along with the help and support of Steve Sandstrom and Stan Maruck at the time. So we started that group off and developed it into BCD over the years. And then in 2011, actually joined PPI and represented both BCD and fuel gas at the time.
True, it was fuel gas.
Fuel gas, which is now EPSD. So represented both 50-50 at that point in time. Until 2015 when I moved 100% to EPSD.
Yeah, one of the opportunities throughout the years as PPI continues to grow, and it's allowed us to get subject matter expertise pretty much over all of our divisions. With that said, you've also volunteered to head up our Governmental Affairs Committee. So anything really that you're passionate about in the industry or within PPI? Yeah,
I think, within the industry of PPI, the opportunity to make an impact was kind of one of the drivers of coming to PPI in the first place. And adding governmental affairs and education, I think in particular, really expanded our sphere of influence, where we've always had a great technical background at PPI, but I think adding those has really added to our impact, and I enjoy it.
Excellent. Anything fun or anything you'd like to add to help people get to know you a little bit better?
Anything about my family? Of course, my wife and I are now empty nesters and living in Charleston, South Carolina. We'll see if we stay empty nesters. You know how that goes. But we have 3 kids. One's in Minnesota, one's in Charlotte, and the other's finishing up his last semester at University of South Carolina.
Yeah, here the trick is getting them off the payroll. Getting them gone and then off the payroll are the 2 challenges. So.
Exactly. So we enjoy them, and of course, it allows us there. We love tennis. We love to watch tennis, play tennis, so we do a lot of that. We love to cook. We've kind of taken on some of the southern coastal cooking. And with our neighbors and things like low country boils and bouillabaisse and oyster roasts and things like that. So it's been a lot of fun.
Making me hungry. Well, there you have it. Dr. Randy Knapp, our Director of Engineering for Energy Systems Pipings Division. Thanks, Randy.
Thank you.